Oh, hello, and welcome to our today's Decay, where we celebrate births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time, May 12th edition. All day. What did happen? 1929, Man with a Movie Camera first premiered, directed by Decay May, his wife, and their co-conspirator. The three of them together considered themselves a machine, a filmmaking machine, in part because they were part of the Russian futurist movement, which is different from the Italian futurist movement. And they thought they were like actually, this wasn't like hyperbole or an analogy or something, but rather they felt like they were an extension of the machines that they were working with to create the artwork they were making, and in the process becoming the machines themselves, or something like that. Anyway, Man with a Movie Camera is a really fabulous documentation of the time, and a great production in and of itself. Jess Franco, born today, 1930. Ooh, what a divisive person. He made such great movies for, in my humble opinion, a very short period in time. Soledad Miranda, I feel like, was his muse. Venus in Furs, I feel like, is one of his first big ones. But in Vampiros Lesbos, She Killed with Ecstasy might be my favorite one. The Count Dracula with Klaus Kinski and Christopher Lee. And Soledad Miranda. They were like pumping him out there for a little while. Late 60s and early 70s, and then Soledad Miranda, I think, dies in a car crash. I'm forgetting what she died of, but it was like really, she was like a rising star and really exciting, and seemingly his career hit this plateau at around the time of her untimely passing. And then, could he just not get funding anymore? Could he not get crews anymore? Could he not write scripts anymore? I don't know, but none of that stopped him from making movies for the next several decades where he doesn't have any of those things, but he still does it anyway with like a cast and crew of like 2 people, no script, and there's like a whole group of people who really love these things. I'm not saying I'm one of them, but his early stuff, well, fabulous. So yeah, check out She Killed in Ecstasy, Vampiros Lesbos. Late 60s, early 70s, Jess Franco. Really excellent things. Bob Burns, 1935 today. That's why we're reading this here. Came from Bob's basement. He was a contemporary. It's not totally true. He's a little bit younger. To Forrest J. Ackerman, but basically these were the 2 big-time collectors in Hollywood of Hollywood legendary props, photos, posters, etc., etc. All the legends that made up these films, other than the actors themselves, all the legendary pieces that made up these dreams. Resided in either Bob Burns' house or Forrest J. Ackerman's houses, and it's a huge regret of mine. I never got to meet him or get a tour of his place. He had like the original George Pal time machine, and I mean, you know, all stuff a legend, and it's like all in here. I mean, he worked with AIP in the 50s. Anytime you saw like a gorilla on television, it was probably played by Bob Burns. I mean, this is like all his stuff. Just, I mean, beautiful. Really good. Really good. That's him right there. Yeah, Kogar. So much. This is this here is from the Phantom Empire. that winds up being in a Gene Autry Museum just up the road from all these people, and Griffith Observatory, the Gene Autry Museum years later. Anyway, I love all this stuff. I love the fact that both of them like collected it for the future and like were inspired because it was what they were into as children, and just decided they were like never going to leave their childhood passions behind and just embrace what it was they loved and continued to love. And then fast forward, and it turns out you spent your whole life doing that. I've heard such suggestions from some very wizened people, and I would like to follow in their footsteps in my own little way. The year 2020, on this day, May 12th, I had this idea to start these Today's Decays daily videos because in the height of COVID, I don't know, I was just kind of, days were melding together as you're like, you know, just in very much lockdown times, and realized I had made these calendars years ago in connection to this horror host spook show troupe we did many years prior, where I had the whole day written out throughout the whole month and then the whole year, and it was all like tearaway sheets on like, you know, cardboard screen printing, a la like a 1950s looking calendar. I should have picked them up. Actually, I had them right. Do I? Yeah, hold on a second. Hold on. Here you go. Here's two different versions of them. Well, we did many years of them now, but these were like the calendars we made. The first one, the print was larger, but you know, you got the whole damn year that you could tear off should you feel so inclined. What is today? May 12th. This one has Man with a Movie Camera and Bob Burns. What was it missing? Jess Franco. That was a more recent thing for me. I was not so into Jess Franco. Probably like 2000, whatever year this started, when we were doing the Monster Hoppinados as Phantom Creep Radio, which is a whole other story. And then eventually, the small print, it keeps getting smaller and smaller because they keep adding more and more things to it. But you know, still same idea. Lance Thingmaker printed these for us, who also did our Playgoal book and a bunch of other things. So yeah, these daily videos celebrating births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time. It's been going on since 2020. So with 2020 vision, I don't know, was it a good idea? Seemed like a good idea at the time. And as days continue, why not? Here we are, still defining our lives as we see fit. So that's it. From us to you, till tomorrow. Goodbye.